What's up, everybody? Welcome to Queenscast, episode 16. My name is Ryno Live, and this is GG Stee. No Zona here tonight. It's just going to be us two. We're here to yap about Women's Comp and the Queen's Cup, Princess Cup, and got some cool guests coming on too tonight, Stee, I think. I think they're pretty cool. Got what, BlindedbySilence and Naun coming on.
Naun and Silence, man.
Should be pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm excited.
A little tired today, chat. I'm not gonna lie. I'm hurting a little bit over here. We're just talking to Steve. Hurting a little bit. So I'm gonna give it my best. Give it my all.
I also ate Chinese food for dinner, so I got a fucking.
You got that? What do they call that?
Sitting in my gut right now.
What do they call that? What's the stuff in that? Magnesium in the Chinese food?
MSG.
MSG. That puts you to sleep, right?
No, MSG isn't bad, dude. Everyone.
Doesn't it put you to sleep though?
No, like the whole yeah, too much of it. Like it's the MSG is like the taste good factor for like food. So MSG is like in Parmesan and shit too.
I love Parmesan, bro.
It's just that like extra boost of flavor that you always like notice, you know?
Yeah.
So and it's naturally occurring too. But yeah, Chinese food and Asian food in general tend to use concentrated MSG to kind of boost flavors in their food. That's just kind of interesting.
Doesn't Turkey have that in it too?
No, Turkey has.
Where do they go? They got something in it too.
I think it's tryptamine or something like that. It's like something like that. But yeah, it's the shit that makes you sleepy.
Yep.
Something
like that. Anyway, enough about food. I got me and Jenna went out last night and we got Taco Bell on the way home, and I did not eat any of my Taco Bell. I fell right asleep.
Got home and knocked out.
I woke up to a bunch of Taco Bell in my microwave. It was an L trip to the Taco Bell. I woke up I felt pretty good though, because I didn't eat that Taco Bell, you know. So if I eaten that Taco Bell, I probably would have felt like crap this morning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you honestly probably saved yourself with that one for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, talk about the Queen's Cup like we always do here. It was week two. Week 2 just happened for the regular season. Exciting week over at the Queen's Cup. I haven't had a chance yet to edit down the Princess Cup yet, so I don't really know too much about what happened over there. I do know that Amun went kind of crazy. We'll start to talk about them. PBG had 22 kills. She led the lobby, I believe. I mean, tough to not lead the lobby with 22. Yeah, she did. So she had the most kills at 22. Amun, they definitely a team that we recognize quite often in the Queen's Cup. Unfortunately, had to miss one of the placement days and ultimately placed them in the Princess Cup. But outside of them, after a month, it was pretty tight knit battle there for second, third, and fourth and fifth. I mean, that's what really matters here when it comes to getting those ladder points. That's where your top income is going to be. So only 1 point separated SCN and Bagel here this past week, Steve. So
yep.
I gotta give a quick shout out to Zona calling the SCN come up week, bro. I mean, she said it on the pod last week that was a team that she's looking out for. I mean, you called the Mun, I believe, right? It was you called the Mun.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know, but you guys both called one of them. So Mun and SCN both were named on the pod last week. I think I brought up 9 Lads. I think I said was my team. But 9 Lads came in 5th, Rain in 4th. Rain, the new team, it's their first week, doing a good job here. It's gonna be Light, Ali, and Jenner. They came in 4th there, and then Bagel was their 3rd place team. But then SCN, it was a call there by Zone. SCN coming in 2nd place with a win on the day and 2 second places. But ultimately, it was a Mun's lobby that to lose.
Yeah, I mean, among back-to-back games for them on World's Edge, so. And then the 2nd place for the first game on Storm Point. I mean, that's just the consistency we're kind of used to seeing them undoing. Right. Also for placement. And then, I mean, tacking on 50 kills for the day for them, too. That just kind of really solidified that first place and kind of stretching out that lead. So, after game 3, everyone was just kind of playing for second at that point.
Yeah, I mean, and the addition of Viper, how do you feel about that? I mean, I think it's a great fit, honestly.
I mean, I've always thought Viper was extremely talented, especially the time that she spent on Risen Rose also. Like her gun skill is just insane, and I think having a strong IGO like PBG will just empower her to be a lot more like able to frag out, and especially like now. I mean, they have her on Bloodhound, so
Yeah.
I think she played what Valk for Risen Rose for a little bit, right?
I can't remember.
Or like Horizon, something like that.
I think you're right. Oh.
Yeah, I think it might have been Valkyrie.
Yeah, but can't forget about Emery. Emery playing a great support, moving over to the Catalyst, and it paid off this past week for sure. But yeah, I mean, Amon pretty much locking themselves in for LCQs. I mean, if you win a week, you pretty much lock yourself in with that 12-point buff in the standings. So I mean, it'd be really tough for them not to make it. They'd have to pretty much not show up, I guess, the next 2 weeks, and then
just
not
show up and take the negatives.
Yeah, so they're gonna be sitting in first overall with the Princess Cup. No, they're not. Sorry, Multiverse is still in first. Multiverse still in first place. Got 15 total. Money in a close second with 14. Raincore in third with 12. SCN in fourth with 11. Bagel in fifth with 11. PhD in sixth with 9. We have Avalon in 7th with 7, Rain in 8th with 5, 9 Lies in 9th with 5, and then PRZ is going to be your 10th place team there with 4. And that was PRZ's second week. Yeah, second week. So, teams on the outside, we got rated. Someone rated us.
Yep.
Emerald's Ace. Thank you. Welcome in. Anyway,
Captain Sparkles.
Captain Sparkles, brother.
Are you Captain Sparkles?
I guess so.
You have to change your in-game name.
At Captain Sparkles. Num Num Juice though, pretty close there in 11th with 3. So I mean, there's a couple teams that I think could make a play here for that 10th spot. We got 2 more weeks left. Any of these teams here on the bottom 10 that you think could surge to that 10th place, 9th place spot?
Would you say Num Num Juice is at 11?
Yeah, they're at 11 with 3. Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to be a little biased, but maybe if they don't con on World's Edge, they might be able to get a little bit more points and kind of go up the next week. So.
Oh God. Coach Stee over here, bro.
I'm just putting that out there,
That wasn't on the script. Oh, it's terrible. Oh, it's funny. Okay, no, that's fine.
Hey man, we need a little spice sometimes.
A little spice, yeah. Num Num Juice. Num Num Juice, definitely a team. Yeah, definitely a team. Maybe Winks. Winks has always been a player that's been pretty known here, and
Winks is definitely a demon.
Yeah, I mean, all 3 are pretty decent players, and no one in the bottom 10 is bad at this game. It's tough. This consistency is key when it comes to ladder placement. If you don't have consistent placement and get the consistent points, it's really, really tough to kind of get yourself inside that top 10. Unfortunately, in the Princess Cup, if you don't come into the top 10, you are eliminated from play for season 2. So a lot on the line over the PC. So it's been pretty fun thus far. Pretty exciting. But let's head over to the Queen's Cup recap real quick. And what a week! And what a week! It was intense all the way up to game 6. It came down to Kieto and Wiwu. TSM was kind of in the contention as well, but they I think they went out pretty early. TSM.
Yeah.
No, they came in 9th. Kieto came in 12th.
Game 6.
Yeah, game 6. Never. Yeah. So
Yeah, Kieto got knocked out 12th.
Yeah, they ended up going out pretty quickly after Kieto died. So LG Red was another team that was in contention too. But it came down to that, and then MVL. I mean, we'll talk about them here in a minute. They won that last game 6, but that opened. I'm pretty sure they were the team that killed off. TSM, Wiwu, and Kieto in that game. So it gave Kieto the dub. Kieto, is that it's not their second win, is it? No, they've come in 3rd and 1st. Yes, 3rd and 1st.
Yeah.
So they've been on a roll, man. Overall, like across the board, every tournament that we've casted or watch partied or whatever it may be. So they won over.
They're that team I always talk about too. Like if they're on, and that's a huge thing. Especially like I think now I feel like they have that solid lineup that they played with what the first couple weeks of last season, Kamar, Mandy, and Cereza. So I think just more reps and during the week, they're just gonna end up being one of the teams that we're gonna constantly see in probably the top 5.
I mean, the past 2 months, that's where they've been. They've been kind of sitting there. People talking their junk though in the chats about Kieto. They don't like the way they play, and I mean, it's kind of funny to see because they've been around for so long. You know, Kamore, Saressa, Quinn, and their sub Mandy. You know, it's a very talented squad. Very talented squad. They've been coming on strong here the past month or so, I would say. But yeah, we were second place at Janie. Another fantastic day. Janie, our guest in the pod last weekend. A little bit of a podcast buff there. 21 kills, 7,800 damage, bro. Like, unbelievable game, bro. Game 1, she went crazy in game 1, dude. She had 12 kills, 3,100 damage in game 1. We dropped a 30 bomb. Game 1, I was like, oh, it's over. This Weewoo's weak, bro. This is Weewoo's weak, bro. They're just gonna go crazy. But the way Apex works, man, it didn't happen like that. Risen Rose won a game, Kieto won a game, Kieto won again, TSM, MVL, so it ended up becoming spread across the board. And yeah, I mean, but still, regardless, Janie just separated herself pretty far from Riley there for number 1 overall kills in the season thus far. Riley had a tough day. We'll talk about Solus here in a second. But yeah, she separated herself very far. She's at 82 total kills as far through the first, it's 4 weeks, the 2 weeks of placements, and then these 2 weeks of the season thus far. She's at 82 kills overall, almost at 30k damage, at 29.8. So, I mean, she's definitely separating herself from the pack, you know, and then she's looking pretty scary.
Playing out of her mind.
Yeah, they're looking pretty scary. It's a team to definitely... And we saw them. They won the first season of Queen's Cup this year. So don't forget about Weewoo. Don't forget about Weewoo. They haven't won a week yet. But they've been second place twice in a row. So their week's coming. Their week is coming. So yeah, Weewoo definitely a team there. But Steve, let's talk about the shocker let's talk about the elephant in the room here. Solus, brother. What is going on with Solus in the Queen's Cup, man? It's just a Queen's Cup.
Man. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like, because of different landing POIs for different teams in the Queen's Cup, or just like them having to kind of change up rotates, or trying to find different positions to play from. It just seems like they can't get the ball rolling like at all.
Yeah, I mean, week 1, I mean, they finished number 1 overall in placements, and they were the team to beat. And then they come in week 1 of regular season, and they kind of a flop. And then, you expect them to come back. We talked about on the pod last week. We expect them to come back this week I think we all said Solus.
Yeah.
Team to watch. The team to watch this coming week. And, they finished in 19th, man. And we all know that they're way better than that. So hopefully it's just something, a hiccup in in energy, or like just time or something. I don't know. They played with the sub again. Sabs was the sub there today as well, so it has something to do with it. I'm not sure. But we know Kree's way better than that. Riley, even Sabs better than that. That's the team. The team is stacked, top to bottom. So I mean, Riley number 2. Even though Riley only played was it 2? I think 5 of the 6 games or something, and then she played 4 of the 6 games and then backed out. She's still in, she's still second overall in kills. So I mean, she's still there. Kree is right there too in damage as well. So like they'll be just fine. I think they're just fine. But they got to avoid this, the LCQs. I mean, they're in the bottom 10 right now, only by a point. Risen Rose holding on to that 10th spot by a thread right now with 3. They got Mercury, Enlightened, Solus, Invoke, and LG Red all just kind of sitting there waiting to get in. This top 10, man, it's I didn't really think about it, but there's going to be a team that might be deserving of a top 10 spot that might not make it, bro, and they're going to have to go through LCQs to get to the Queen's Cup finals. So it's pretty exciting stuff, man. I'm enjoying this ladder system. I'm not going to lie, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
It's cool to watch because, like, it's everyone fighting fucking tooth and nail.
Yeah.
Like for that top 10, so they're safe and they don't have to, play that extra week and hopefully try to make it back. That's a lot of stress, you know, like having to play down the LCQ and trying to come back into that top 10.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. But I mean, LG Red outside the top 10 right now. Seoul is outside the top 10 right now. You know, those two teams alone, you know, and we got, yeah, I mean, obviously, we other teams. We got the guests coming on here today. You know, ECM. You know, they've been conning the #1 seed overall for the past two. You know, I mean, actually longer than that. You know, for a while now over at Climatizer. So that's an every week thing now, which has been really fun to watch. You know, and that's becoming its own little rivalry there. They're trying to battle to get to that 10th spot as well. You know, and we got Karma. Akali, a team that I liked a lot heading into season 2 here, a team that I have to watch out for. We got Invoke, formerly known as PPG. They were without Sammy this recent week. They're one of those teams sitting at 2 points. So, I mean, there's still a lot of game left. Still got 2 more weeks here, so anything can really happen, but it's going to come down. It's going to come down to week 4. 100% going to come down to week 4. When it's STN, you know, Vina, Dark Zero, these teams are 5 to 3 points here inside the top 10. You know, they got to stay consistent. They got to keep staying consistent, or, you know, all Solus needs to do is win a week. All LG Red needs to do is win a week, and it bounces one of these teams outside the top 10. So, you know, any of them actually, any of them, Enlightens, you know, Mercury, any of them. All they need to do is win a week, and they bounce one of these teams out of the top 10. You know, so I don't know. We'll see.
And only what, 2 weeks to play? 2 more.
2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. Rizzy Rose, though, I gotta say, you brought them up last week on the pod as well. We talk about them quite a lot. You know, we're friendly with Ness, but they looked pretty solid, man. I'm not gonna lie. They're Ness has been calling zones very well. She's been doing a great job IGLing Just Bear and Vino. I really like the team she put together there. We're familiar with Vino in the past, and Bear somewhat new to the comp scene, but she's phenomenal as well. But Ness, man, taking on that role as the IGL after losing comp, and Loopy taking a step back from comp, and she's just kind of like, you know, let's just do it. Let's just step in. You know, she was with Woomy as well before that, and Kara before that. So like Ness not really having the opportunity to be the IGL, but now she is. And I mean, we'll use this to head over into oversight, excuse me, into the oversight. And I mean, you know, first game over there, you know, they get second place, you know, and it's just 8th place, you know, 8th place, you know, 5th place. And they only have one time they finish outside the top 10 in oversight. So I mean, she's doing a great job. I really like what Rizzy Rose is doing over there. A team that I think can definitely continue to see to grow. Steve, you call it all the time. You talk about them all the time. You always bring them up. So I want to make sure we touched on them real quick.
No, I think like Rizzy Rose, you know, not only is you know, Ness really strong like fighting wise, but she's starting, you know, to improve her like IGLing, as in like zone calling and everything too, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
Like she's getting a lot better, and you know, once that becomes like second nature to her, I think they're going to be able to focus on actually fragging and like taking off teams and just like keep climbing like their daily placements. And I'm just excited to see it. I'm excited for Ness.
Yeah.
You know, like Ness being one of the only like OGs left of Risen Rose.
I know.
Like so much change has gone through in the past like year and a half, like 2 years for them, you know.
Yeah.
It's fun to see the evolution of Ness.
The evolution of Ness.
Evolution of Ness, man.
And what's cool about that is that Ness came from console, right? And her 2 teammates right now are console, and they're on their way up to like to that level where they're gonna have to switch to PC at some point, right? So it's cool to see them on the same journey as Ness, and you know, Ness being the IGL for both of them. It's pretty cool. I like the team. I like the team a lot. So good job there by Ness. Shout out to her. But other than that, oversight. MVL, bro. I am an MVL fan. Give me an MVL jersey, bro. I need Emma's jersey. Oh my god, how exciting to watch them play Apex, dude. You know, obviously I'm the watch party guy now for Oversight Women's Series. So we had lovely Emma up on the feed here this most recent week. So I was like, you know what, dude? No offense to anybody, but I am just tired of watching Bangalore Bloodhound Catalyst, dude. I am so tired of it, dude. I am so tired of it. So I was like, I need something else, you know, to keep it fresh. And I had the perfect candidate. It was Emma playing the Crypto, bro. And the way that she can play Crypto is so talented. It is insane what she does with that legend, dude. It's insane. It's unmatched. Like, I think Crypto is one of those legends, Steve. If you can master the kit and master the way that you can play him, I think that like separates you from the rest of the lobby because you can't really counter it.
Yeah, I mean you get the free wall hacks like constantly, you know.
Yep.
Like if you're really good with the drone, like find good ways to place it or be able to use it kind of as the entry, like using EMP and everything, and then being able to keep it hidden long enough for your team to come in and push that fight and keep it up so it doesn't get destroyed. And there's smoke going everywhere. There's cat wall, whatever, you know. Like you're just at the advantage like the entire time.
It was crazy to watch. They won 4 of the 6 games, and then if they didn't win, Insomnia won. So Insomnia won the other 2 games. But MVL had over 100. They had 99 points heading into game 6.
Yeah, it's wild.
And game 6, they dropped 18th place. They come in 18th. It was the quickest game they played all day. Other than that, they came 1st or 4th place. So I mean, those phenomenal games there from MVL. You know, Emma, Vale, and Adele. Just playing off the chains recently. Definitely a team to watch out for.
And she had 17 kills on the day too. So you know,
Yeah,
as Crypto.
that's Crypto. That's what I'm saying. That's Crypto. She had some pretty crazy clutches, bro, too. And so did Adele. Adele impressed me a lot too. I didn't have her POV up, but watching it from like Emma's angle when she was knocked, there was one play. I think she posted it on Twitter actually of her clutching it up outside of Climatizer on that hill where that little building is near the evac tower. Or not the evac tower, I'm sorry, near the bridge. Outside of Epicenter. So she had a nice clutch up over there as well. Yeah, no, MVL looked great. Insomnia again coming inside the top. They were number 2. They're still chugging along, you know, and we win 3rd place. I guess my surprise on the day, if I had to pick one, I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's Dark Zero, I guess, has been kind of surprised me recently. I don't know. They kind of underperforming in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've been playing a little bit below par of their usual. I think they would agree to that too if we were to ask them. 13th place, you know, they're usually inside the top, at least the top 10, you know. So maybe because you know they are trialing still. Valiosa is still trialing, so maybe they're still working out some kinks and whatnot there. So I don't know what's going on with DZ, but definitely a team that I think, along with Solus. I mean, Solus. I can't tell myself they're gonna be bad. You know, I can't sit here and be like they're gonna come in 19th place again. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's just not gonna happen. So I think both of them, DZ and Solus, both this coming week here is gonna be a big week for both of them. I think they can both bounce back and get back into that top category with the rest of these squads. But I think that's it, Stee. I mean, do you have anything else you want to touch on real quick before we bring in the guest?
The Trinity thing.
Oh, the Empower Her.
The Empower Her. So we had a few representatives of women's comp playing. We did have Athena play, Illusions, Hex Girls, and then a few of women's comp players like Tyree and like a handful of others. So that one was fun to watch. It was the Trinity held it, the Empower Her tournament, where the requirement was to have
at least one woman,
a female representative on the team. So it's cool little things like that, and I think like mean a lot to the women's scene. You know, like being able to get that representation.
Yeah, I think I saw that on Instagram. Did Moro host it? Is that her name? Moro? Is she the one who hosts that? Moraro? I can't pronounce her name. Moraro? I don't know. But I'm pretty sure she's the one who hosted it.
I don't even know what you're fucking saying.
Moraro? I don't fucking know, brother. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying either, dude. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what's going on over here. Yeah, whatever. Okay.
But, I mean, real quickly on that, I just want to say fucking shout out to Hex Girls. They placed 10th. They are trialing a new member for the team for after the end of Princess Cup season. So I'm excited moving forward with that. It's gonna be good times, man.
Oh yeah, Coach Stee. Not being biased in the pod, Stee.
I have to, man. I'm proud as shit. I'm proud as shit.
I
For
know.
them,
I
you
know. I know. I know.
Like their placement has improved dramatically over the last like 2-3
No,
weeks.
it has. It has. They've been improving. I remember when they couldn't get a kill or any placement points. So they're doing a great job, and they're doing a great job improving as well. So shout out to Hex Girls for sure. All right, let's bring the guests in. Let's make sure they're ready. They're in the waiting room, so I'm gonna assume they're ready. But I don't want to just surprise them real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to the fucking questions we have lined up. All right, I'm ready.
Steve. All right, so we are bringing on a guest here. It's going to be the duo here from Team ECM. We have Blinded by Silence, or you could call it Bree, I believe. But Blinded by Silence, and then Naun, or Nani, will be coming on here today. No Cry, unfortunately, so it'll just be the duo. But we have some good questions lined up here for him. If you guys are in chat on Twitch, and you wanted to ask some questions for the group here, feel free to post them in the chat, and we'll make sure to ask them right away. And I don't think we had any on Twitter, so if you ever see a tweet, you can always comment on a question over there as well, or on Discord. So, all right, with that said, introduce to you guys ECM. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome on the Queen's Cast. What's up, guys?
Not much. How's it going?
It's going Sunday night. I'm in a little bit of pain, I'm not gonna lie. Chest
no. I did see that you tweeted that you were having a date night. Did you go a little too crazy? Like, what happened?
That could definitely play a factor in this 100%. You know, I don't know. I'm hurting though, but we're good. We're here. You guys are here. It's gonna be a good show. Good little interview. Got some good questions lined up for you guys.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Before we roll, I always like to let the guests introduce themselves a little bit. You know, I already told them that you're Team ECM, but if you want to let them know a little bit about yourselves, we can start with you, Bree. If you want to go ahead and start.
Sure. Well, hello everybody. My name is Bree. I also go by Blinded by Silence on majority of my socials. I am the IGL of ECM, also known as Ego Chow Mid.
Hey, I like the name, by the way. Ego Chow Mid.
Thanks.
Nani?
Hello guys, I'm Naun. I'm the frag for ECM, and that's it, really.
Here we go. They both stream on Twitch. You know, they both make content, right?
Yeah. I see Cry in the chat. Cry hates us. She didn't want to. No, I'm just kidding. She was working today, unfortunately, so she's not able to join. Yeah, she's too shy. Actually, that's the whole reason she's not here.
Damn, calling out the homie like that is crazy.
Nah, she's so sad that she can't be here.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll start us off here. So another thing I like to ask the guests is just about your roots in gaming. Like, when did you guys start playing video games? When were they introduced to you? Like, what was your first game, your first console? You know, what really got you into gaming?
Do you want to go first, Don?
You could go first.
Okay. Well, actually, so I play on M&K right now, but when I first started gaming, I was a console gamer. I actually started playing games at the age of 4 with my dad. He had me play Mortal Kombat with him, and we would pass the controller back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Once our Xbox got the Ring of Death, though, I actually wasn't allowed to play video games until I was about high school age because it was seen as too boyish. So I kind of went off the rails once I hit high school, and I just haven't stopped since.
Oh yeah. Not the Ring of Death though. That's painful.
I
Yeah,
know,
not
right?
the Ring of Death. That was so painful.
I remember having to
Still have
wrap
that Xbox.
having to wrap my Xbox in a wet towel. You know, just
Oh
hoping
my
that it would
goodness.
turn back on in an hour. You know, just playing Gears of War for 8 hours straight, and the red ring would pop up. It's oh god.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
No, we just got the Ring of Death, and it was so sad too because Mortal Kombat was still stuck in there.
Oh no.
And when we got a 360, it was backwards compatible where you could still run the old Xbox games, and we couldn't find Mortal Kombat to save our lives. It was just rotting in the garage inside the Xbox.
Oh no. Oh man. How about you, Noan?
Yeah, no, same. I also had an Xbox, and it was mostly my dad's, but he let us all share it and stuff like that. I have 2 brothers, so we just always gamed. That was our thing. I grew up watching my dad game mostly. He also played Gears of War. When you said that, it made me laugh.
Oh shit.
I freaking love that game. It brings back so many memories.
Oh, that's a great game. Greatest, one of the greatest
Yeah,
ever.
we
Honestly.
always had like all the consoles, like the Wii, like all the PlayStations. My dad had like a little PSP, like literally everything. So I was just
Nice.
always around games.
Nice. And what was the first FPS you guys played?
The first one I ever played was PUBG, and I used to be absolutely terrible at shooters to the point where like I would just run around the map. Like I wouldn't even pick up a gun. I would just like run around. Um, and it's funny because when I was playing PUBG at the time, I think the reason, like, since I was so bad at playing PUBG, one of my friends actually told me about Apex when it first came out. And I played Apex once back in like season 5 and absolutely hated it. Like, I could not play Apex to save my life. I avoided the game. I hated the idea of Apex. I used to like always talk crap about it on like all my socials and everything. Anybody that played Apex was like
Trash.
the worst to me. Trash. I hated it. And now it's like funny because I've come full circle and I'm addicted and an IGL for a comp team. So
It's fun.
Would I come around?
yeah.
Oh my god. Honestly, my first FPS is like Apex. I didn't like play no shooter games
Really?
like that. I was like very casual gamer, like Pokemon, you know,
Okay.
stuff like that. Very casual gaming, and I got like addicted to Apex. Like it was just instant. Like I knew I wanted to play it like all the time. I literally be like sitting somewhere, like I don't know, my job or something. I just like thinking about Apex. Damn, I want to go home and play. I was really bad at it first too, and it took a lot of grinding, but I was like determined to get better.
And you played Fred, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine that, Stee.
Sometimes.
Imagine that
Yeah, it's wild.
first FPS. Just
Yeah,
hits
that's
hits
insane.
Pred casually, bro. Just casual Pred, you know.
It's just different.
played Pokemon, and I decided to play Apex, and I hit Pred. No. So, is this like a real question, Steve? What do you think? Yeah, right. So, King Panda in chat, where he wants to know if you hate Apex, what brought you back to Apex if you hated it so badly?
Oh god. Okay. So when I say I hated this game, like I actually resented this game. I hated the idea of like learning what attachments I needed for guns, all the characters and the abilities and how they counter each other. So I took like a really long break from this game. And back in about season 14, I was a part of a friend group and we were all just trying to find a free to play game that we could all casually play together and like just spend time together and hang out. And Apex was that game. I don't know why, but it just was. And once I started playing it and actually giving it a chance and learning how to play, I fell in love with it.
I mean, that's like me after every time I play the game. I just don't want to play it anymore.
I still hate it, but
yeah, right.
I know.
no, I love this game.
You guys don't even know how much Ryno talks about it. Like how much he hates it. It's actually crazy. Like we'll
Yeah,
try
I
to
hate
play.
it.
Like we'll try to play, and he's like, "I fucking hate this game. I'm getting off." All right, dude.
No, I'll just re-queue.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I hate this game. Same time tomorrow.
Yeah, literally.
So my question is, how and when did you guys like come across women's comp? Like, did you guys like see a post for it, or like I feel like a lot of common answers, like the Her Galaxy thing, where a lot of girls saw it was an opportunity to kind of like be their introduction into playing competitively. What was your guys's?
None.
So basically, I had a friend who was like pred at the time, and she's just like bored of like playing ranked. So she saw it, and like at the time we didn't really know like other girls, so me and her were like the only people. So we went like looking around to see if anyone wanted to play in it, and that was like my first introduction into like women's comp stuff. I didn't even know it was like a thing, and we like met so many women there. I can't even remember. I think it was like his and hers live. We
Mhm.
played in that too.
Yeah, I feel like they did a lot too for like introduction to like comp.
And like meeting girls, because
Yeah.
really there wasn't like a lot of like, I didn't know girls like that, like on console and stuff like that, and they really like brought me to like a lot of them. I made a friends with a lot of them.
So for me, I forgot about her Galaxy until you just brought it up. I was actually asked to sub in for it for some of my friends, which it was the same thing. They had like no comp experience and they just saw a tournament that they thought would be fun with friends, and they actually reached out to me, but I was unavailable to play at the time. And I wasn't following a lot of women's comp stuff because I was a pub stomper. I just had no interest in ranked. I had no interest in comp. And one of my friends, who I'm still good friends with now, was Complex. And we would always run into each other in pubs. And when she took the dive to go into women's comp, that was kind of like my first little introduction to it. So seeing her be successful and have fun and constantly talking about her team and her experiences, like that sparked some interest in me. So I have some friends who, well, one of them is actually our coach. He kind of took me under his wing and introduced me to scrims. He would bring me along and just show me the waters of comp to see if I liked it. And then from there, I have another friend who actually just got into Pro League at that time. And I was talking to him about it and just questions that I had. And he pushed me to just put out an LFT post and see if I got any feelers. So I did it and found a team.
What do you think was like the biggest learning curve of like coming into women's comp? Because I know like you said, you're a pub stomper and didn't want to really play ranked.
Honestly, it wasn't the play style that was hard. The most like difficult learning curve in my eyes was trying to figure out like where we would fit, if that makes sense. Because my team, I was new and our other third was new at the time as well. So trying to find where we'd fit amongst all these established teams that have been playing at their POIs for years and that know each other and have been on teams with each other. It was just a little weird trying to maneuver that. Probably say
feel
that's the
like-
biggest learning curve in my eyes.
I feel like honestly, the biggest learning curve with just comp in general, and I think like a lot of people can like agree on this, is like getting that chemistry with like your team. Like you're trying to find a team, and like you're trying to get chem, like you're trying to like understand each other, know how to fight and stuff together. I feel like that's like the biggest thing you have to overcome, because there's a lot of
Especially,
people
yeah.
that like play different, you know? Like a lot of people, some people
Yeah.
don't like to fight, some people like to fight a certain way. Like you'll get to a point where you know, like you don't even have to say something and your teammate will know what to do.
Yeah.
You know? Like I feel like that's a big thing.
Especially with these
Like women's
LFT
comp.
posts, like a lot of the time you are just meeting that person in the Twitter DMs. So you have
No,
no idea how they
exactly.
play, and yeah, 100%.
No, literally. Like you don't know what this person's gonna do. You don't know if they'll push with you. Like you just don't know. So you have to like get comfortable and be able to like trust each other.
Getting that chemistry is so massive,
Mhm.
especially with like the skill gap that we have in women's comp too. I think
Yeah.
a lot of players, they don't have well, not that they don't have the patience. I just think that they need more of it. They need more patience and more opportunity to kind of learn as well. It's really tough. For what we're trying to do with the Princess Cup is exactly that. Like trying to help these teams that are newer to comp, or like you said, like learning how to play together still and learning that chemistry, and help them grow. So they don't have to go up against the likes of a team that's more established, like a
Yeah.
TSM or like LG Red or something like that. And just get beat up every time because those teams have been playing together for so long with one another. Even if it wasn't in comp, they were playing ranked together or something. They just I don't know.
Exactly.
It's pretty big. So I agree with you there. So as we know, and I have a question, Bree, and I feel bad because when I cast you guys when you were on SES and you had Void on your squad, how do you say her name fully?
Paradolia Void.
Oh, so I was right. Let's go, bro. That's rare. That is very rare. Okay, that's very rare. So you part.
The name.
So I just called her Void for the most part. I always felt like I was saying it wrong, but I wasn't. But when Void, when you guys parted way with Void, you found Noid. You found Noan.
We found Noid.
You found Noan. what traits did no one possess that led you and Cry to deciding her as your third? I feel like she didn't trial. I feel like I shouldn't say she. You're right here. You feel like that you didn't trial for that long, though, with ECM.
The reasoning that I'm probably going to say is probably what Naun also has in mind. When I tell you that we have never, at least me personally, I have never had an experience playing with somebody like I did the first time that I played with Naun. It was literally so natural. It almost felt like we had known each other for years. We didn't even have to speak. Like, we already had that chemistry. She knew when we were going to swing something, when we were going to fight something. It almost felt like, as cheesy as it sounds, she was meant to be our third.
Oh, love at first sight. That's what it sounds like
No,
to me.
literally, love at first sight. We were like, Cry and I were texting each other back and forth, like, we cannot let her go. We need her.
Oh. How's that make you feel, Noni?
I was giggling. They make me giggle still.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I guess knowing, like, I guess in retrospect to that answer, like, what was it that levitated you to ECM to like want to trial with Bree and Cry?
No, literally, like the same thing she said.
Same
Like
thing.
when we played the first time, it was just like, even though we didn't get like first or something, like you could just feel like the insta chemistry. Like we were doing stuff without having to say it. We were swinging stuff. They're literally like, wow, you're with me right now. I'm like, yeah. We just did everything like together, and we already knew like what to do. Like without saying it, we were just down for the same stuff. Like I don't know, our brains are linked.
It was creepy, honestly. Like,
I know, right? Who are you?
Like, I'm for it. Don't get me wrong, but it was creepy because, like I said, back to when you're looking through LFTs and you're looking for somebody to fill that spot, you already kind of have something in mind. You know what you're looking for, and you need to give everyone the benefit of the doubt because maybe they're anxious playing with you the first time, maybe they're having an off day, but the first time we played with her, it literally felt like the stars aligned. It's like, it was creepy, but I'm grateful.
Oh, yeah, it makes it a lot easier. I know that watching some of these teams go through the trialing and trial and error phase when they're trying to find a third, or even if you're just a solo looking for a duo, it gets excruciating sometimes. And not a lot of teams are as lucky as you guys were finding Naun. So yeah, it's definitely less for that. But yeah, good answer. That's cool. That's nice. A love story.
You kind of mentioned like like you guys knew what you were looking for. What were the traits like you and Cryo were looking for?
Yeah, so we had it in our mind. We just knew exactly what we wanted, and it was very simple. It just came down to we wanted a teammate that was confident in their playstyle and what they were doing. We wanted somebody that was flexible and willing to adjust their playstyle and the characters that they're playing. And we also needed somebody that had the same level of passion as Cry and I, because all three of us, are the type of people we're our biggest critics. We're gonna rip ourselves to shreds because we know at the end of the day, it's gonna make us better. We know what we messed up on, we know what we need to fix, and we just needed somebody that was on that same wavelength so we could all just excel at the same rate.
Very awesome.
Passion's gotta be huge. You gotta have passion. Gotta have passion. If you don't have,
We want to win.
Yeah. If you don't want to win, then what's the point?
No, I know. Like, it's not fun to lose.
Right? Exactly. I mean, everybody wants to win, you'd think, right? But sometimes they're just doing it for fun, and I don't know. I just
and that's
think,
okay. That's okay. But you need to recognize
when others aren't.
You need to recognize that your teammates are in it for one reason, and if your values don't align with that, it's not fair to waste their time and yours.
There you go.
No,
Well said.
It comes down to.
Well said. Well, I feel like that happens a lot, though. I mean, I feel like no one says it. No one ever brings it out like to the table. That I feel like sometimes some girls, they might be, even guys too, like they might be so talented at certain levels, and then you play ranked with them, they're insanely good, and then you take them to comp, and then they just don't have that passion for comp. Comp is just different. Yep. It's different.
Yeah. It's different. It's a different play style, and that's okay if you just want to do it for fun. You want to just play in tournaments because you think you're at that skill set that you can win some prizes. Like, go for it. But you just need to recognize what team is right for you.
What are some of the team goals for ECM like this year? What are you guys trying to achieve and I guess prove to yourselves?
Yeah, well, the biggest thing, obviously, is we'd like to win some stuff, but we are more so just focusing on like finding our footing and finding our play style, especially with picking up Naun as our new third. And we want to prove that we're here to play and that we are one of the teams that people should be looking out for. We were listening to the opening segment that you guys had of all the teams you were rattling off with Weewoo, LG Red, Kieto. We want to be one of those teams that is up there on the list and on everyone's mind where it's like, oh, okay, ECM's in this lobby. We need to kind of pay attention here.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about you guys in the pod in the past. I've talked about you during watch parties, and I've watched you guys, when you guys were SES. You guys are definitely one of the faster growing teams that we have in this comp for sure. So you guys definitely doing something right. So just keep it up, honestly. Let's talk about the contest. I want to talk about the contest with Kieto.
So do we.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about it. Why? Why is what made you want to contest Kieto for Climatizer? Or were you there first?
I honestly don't remember. We've been contesting them since season 1, and I think we were contesting them on some other like Boom TV trials and other things that we were playing in. So I don't know who had the POI first. Theoretically, they probably did because they're a team that's just been around longer.
Yeah.
But I think initially the con was just let's con this team because we don't know who they are. But
damn,
it's well. Hey, I was new to com. I don't know who anybody is. It's no hard feelings.
We can clip that and change the word around. That's funny.
Yeah, no, gosh, no, don't make me look bad, guys. No, but like that's initially what it started as. It wasn't anything like a target on their backs or anything. I genuinely didn't know who they were, and I liked climatizers. I was like, I'm gonna put us here.
It's become like the new Lust and TSM contest. We don't really have many contests on World's Edge anymore because that contest is over now. They've separated, and all we have is you guys. So it's been pretty fun to watch and cast every week. So, what's have you ever thought about leaving? Or should I continue to go?
I mean, we've definitely talked about it before. We're not scared to contest them. Like we don't fear
you guys
anybody in this lobby.
Don't let my work the question that kind of. No, you guys do a fantastic job on a contest. And Keto's not an easy team to just go 3v3 against either. So the fact that you guys do win time and time again, like it's nothing nothing to be ashamed of at all. You guys do a fantastic job.
I will say the thing that is frustrating, especially lately, I don't know if you guys have watched our POVs because I know that you cast and you're watching like cycling through when you're spectating.
Yep.
But we have been getting so screwed by RNG. Like if you watch this week especially, all 3 games, Naun didn't have a gun.
Yeah, no, we did bring that up on the cast.
Naun doesn't get guns.
I'm literally screaming like, guys, I don't have a gun.
And when we do get guns, we get P20, RE45, Mozam versus all 3 of them have double guns. Majority are SMGs or ARs. So my 80 damage P shooter is nothing against a 400 damage flatline.
It was I think it was game 1 or 2. I forget which one it was, but all 3 of you guys had a 2020. You guys are conning against flat lines.
It's so frustrating because they're in ranked and other scrims like co-ed scrims, and every single time we land, we get the best RNG. There's guns, there's nades, there's heals, there's everything that you could ever dream of. But the second we get into anything hosted by women's anything, we have either no guns or pistols. Like you can't make it up, and it's so frustrating because it's like, we know that we can contest this team. We've done it so many times. We've won so many times. We need guns. That's all it comes down to.
I think I literally, one of the times we won, I uploaded the clip of how we won. All I had was a Mozam and a nade. And I won with I literally just naded them and, prayed. And it worked.
She 1v3 them with a nade and a Mozam.
With a nade and a Mozam. My nade was the big damage there. I was like, why are we so broke? Why?
Every single time.
Why do you guys land on top of each other? Why not land in the middle or opposite side, or you just want to get to the action right away? I never understood that
For
whole
the-
climatizer con.
So we've tried so many different spots to land here because of not finding guns. So there's usually at every single con and every POI, there's going to be like different strats that teams try to either get loot faster, gain space faster, you know. So some of the times that we landed together, it's because we were mirroring them or we were trying to just find places to promise us loot, but we just always get bit in the ass. So
No, yeah, literally. Most of those games I took like second floor and there was no guns, but there was a gun on their side. And then I decided to land top floor. There was no gun up there, and there was a gun like second floor. And just by that time, like they're already there. And like we tried like double landing the bins, uh, climatizer, because they used to do that just so they could get a gun and shoot at me.
Yep.
But we would just get like nothing. Like literally, I'm getting just a Mosem out of the bin, and she's getting just a P20. And there won't even
every
be like a
time.
gun on the ground. And then like we go up inside, and they have like a flat line and a vault. Like
Yeah.
it's just hard, you know.
For sure, for sure.
So we just been trying to do different things, but it's hard. Like the loot wise, it's hard.
Does there come a time though where you guys like think about like just maybe 50-50ing loot? Because I
We-
mean, it's such a huge POI where you know you can just
yeah,
kind of play the game if you
we've
guys
definitely
don't get the loot.
we've talked about a lot of possibilities, and I'm not going to talk about what we're going to ultimately end up doing because you guys will see that this week. But it's just the sort of thing where we have an ego, man. Like we've been conning them for so long. Like we're gonna continue to con them.
Yeah.
It's not like let's go just land on the other side and then
Like, we're
run
not-
away because we know at the end of the day they'll either come and fight us or we have to rotate through them and fight them. Like the fight's gonna happen regardless.
Yeah.
It's just
And
a
I'd rather
benefit
get
to like
it over with.
yeah, like we're getting better shields, we're getting the armor, you know, like we're getting KP. Like there's just so many
Yeah.
pluses to just conning them and winning.
Yeah. Plus,
Plus,
when you
like-
really think about it, if let's say they land on the left side of Climatizer and we land on the right side, let's say the Evo cache spawns on their side. Now we're on white shield and they're on blue shield, and we're at a disadvantage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's tons of possibilities for like
Mhm.
just getting fucked on the drop. You know,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
again, it's just all RNG, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's extremely.
We're
shitty.
convinced there's a setting, and you guys are just like, okay, this half a Climatizer, Quieto gets all the flat lines, and ECM gets pea shooters.
Yeah, yeah.
Not
Oh, yeah.
rigged.
We're
Not
rigging the system
rigged.
over here. No.
I wish there were settings like that. It could make games a lot
Hey,
more
you
fun.
know, I've
Honestly.
Yeah,
sat
then
in-
you
No,
get us an AR.
would be cool.
Please.
I've
Like
sat in
remove all the havocs for one game.
Yeah.
I've sat in meetings with Apex devs about private lobbies and how what we need done, like when it comes to stuff like that. That'd be so cool. That's something we
Dude,
brought
for
up.
real.
Just
Could
like
you imagine?
being able to like turn off certain like loot pools, like turn off like no grenades, like no like havocs or whatever, like Steve said, no alternators, like no gun attachments, like be able to turn off certain legends that we don't have to worry about people picking the wrong legend when we do like legend specific tournaments. So I mean, they're listening, so I mean maybe it'll come in
Yeah.
the future. So if I could
Did you tell them to fix audio?
yeah,
Please.
You know,
Oh, dude,
No.
it's like it's even worse this season for whatever
it's
fucking.
bad.
reason.
It's always bad though, Trey. It's
Don't
Well,
worry,
yeah,
it's been on the
always
checklist
bad,
since
but-
like season
Oh.
1.
Well, if they keep adding characters and voice lines and guns, and it's just gonna keep adding to the stack of things they need to fix. Like just.
Yeah, the more stuff you put in the game, the more noises that need to be made. You know, and it's
Yeah.
just gonna keep breaking it.
I remember
Sure.
I heard when the Nemesis was added, there was so the audio system, it's like a stacking system, and if they had 3 people in the lobby holding a Nemesis, it had to be holtered or whatever. Like they didn't have to actively be using it. As long as it was in their hands, it would spam the sound for the fully revved up Nemesis, and it would block all of the logs of all the other audio, and it was just messing up the audio transmission across the entire map. And it was like an actual issue that they had to fix after adding the Nemesis.
Yeah, I think the same thing happened to Newcastle, like his res.
Oh,
Like
really?
I remember, yeah, like you would just randomly hear like a Newcastle res going off.
I'd go
Yeah,
insane.
it wouldn't be near you at all. It was horrible.
Like the Maggie ball now with the thermite when it's done.
Oh yeah,
you
it
still
just
hear the
keeps
thermite
burning.
noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like the volt glitch either, where someone will get knocked while shooting a volt and it just shoots like 3 more mags out of a volt.
Yeah, I take
Yeah,
my
everyone
headset
just
off.
starts clicking. I hate
Yeah.
that.
Or the dropship thing that you guys had, where all 80 dropships are in your ears when you first walk in.
Fucking infamous Ryno meme now.
Come on.
That was
What the
so
fuck?
funny.
I'm
I wish
putting
that
it on a
happened in our
t-shirt.
lobby. I didn't even get to see it.
I'll put it on a t-shirt. I'm gonna be wearing that. It's just gonna say what the fuck across my shirt. No, it is. I'm a walking meme apparently. It's all good.
Dude, like someone who leaks like SWL on Twitter,
Yeah.
he's been using that shit too now. It's hilarious.
Let's go. I guess, all right, so this is a new question. So we don't have, Zona's not here this week, as you obviously can tell. She usually has fun questions to ask you guys. So I kind of going to ask a new question that I've been wanting to ask people on the show. I think this is a really cool question. So, you know how, like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with, like, NBA at all, but they do, like, the Mount Rushmore of the NBA, they name, like, the best 4 players to ever do it, So I wanna ask you guys. I know you're somewhat, newer on the scale, I guess, compared to some of the teams. So this would be a perfect question. Who is your Mount Rushmore for women's comp? So like that would be like your top 4 players that influence the game, like influence women's comp the most, and has helped propel it to the level it's at.
Go ahead, man.
Definitely Janie. She's just the face of women's comp in general. Like when people think of women's comp, like like Janie, like she's just number one. I think Gabs for sure. I heard a lot about women's comp from her, like just on Twitter and stuff. Like I always see it, makes me think of her.
Tough, right?
Yeah.
I was trying to do it myself. I was like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I keep my opinions.
Guess like I don't know. This is a little biased, but like Cree.
Great, yeah.
Yeah, I think Cree is like an amazing IGL, and I think like I just see her around a lot,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really like inspiring that she's like so good, and like her team's new and stuff.
Yeah, no, the fact
They're
that
doing
she,
so good.
fact that
So I
she
guess I
took,
could say like Riley too, like so good. Riley's brand new and like just so fucking good. I think she's always like popping kills.
so you're going with Janie, Cree, and then Riley and Gabs. Okay. Great.
So, when I saw you gave us like a little brief on all the questions, this
Mhm.
one stood out the most to me, and this one was like difficult for me to figure out because I already knew right off the bat 2 slots, but I was like on the fence about my last one. So, the 2 that I was just trying to figure out who would fit better, I guess I should say. It's not like, oh, I just need another name to throw in. Like, no, I knew I had like 6 names that I was trying to chisel down to. So I also went with Janie, because like Naun said, she's the face
She's
of
the
women's
default,
comp,
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
and she's
I mean,
like
Janie's great. It's not just, oh, she's the default. Like, yeah,
no, she's like the LeBron of this whole
No,
this whole
for
thing.
yeah. So I put down Janie. And then the other person that filled out my roster here, I also put down Riley, because anytime I've seen any sort of placement from Solus, Riley always stands out. Like, she's insane with kills,
Like
damage. She's always up there. Like,
At
if it's
recap.
not her, she's really close to the top. The other 2 faces, and I'm not biased, I put down Naun and Cry. Like, right off the
Aw.
rip, I knew that I wanted to have
Aw.
Naun and Cry on there, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I have some fucking demons on my team, and I firmly believe that they're gonna have their spotlight soon.
Let's go.
Like, they deserve to be up there.
Go.
Let's go.
What the hell? Is she making me tear up right now?
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
cute.
Naun, every single time we play, Naun has clutched up so many fights for us. She's always there on our hip. Like, she is an insane player.
Naun is cracked.
Cry
Like,
has been putting out insane numbers lately, bro. Like, the last time we played, I don't know if it was a scrim or what it was. She had like 7.5K damage.
yeah.
She did. She was.
I was
she was
like,
popping
what the
off,
hell are you doing? Like, ew, like, stop.
shooting shit.
I mean, in what was it, Queens? What'd you guys play? You guys were Queens Cup Finals last season, right?
Yeah,
You
we
guys-
ended in Queen's Cup Finals last season.
Yeah, Cry went crazy. So we did the All Star thingy, and we were going over the stats and whatnot, and we invited her. Trying to find the stats real quick, and she
She was up there with the kill leaders.
Yeah,
I think she was the kill leader one of the weeks.
Where is she? There it is. Yeah, she led your team in damage for like 3 of the 4 weeks. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Goodness.
Like we're gonna get our names out there, man, and they're gonna have their spotlight soon. They will be on other people's Mount Rushmores as well. I firmly believe that.
Oh yeah, I love that. You gotta have an ego like that in women's comp. You have to. If you don't, like, you're just gonna get steamrolled. So I
Yeah.
love
It's in
that.
our team name, man. Ego
Yep.
Chow Mid.
I know.
We have an ego.
I love it. I love it. I guess that's about it. We did have a question in chat from King Panda. I'm a little confused on the wording, so I
was trying to decipher
Yeah.
it too.
I think what they're asking is, you had any? This is one of the questions I have on here as well. So I think this is what they're asking. How do you think someone would intro trying for comps? I think what they're trying to ask is, like a tip for somebody looking to get into comp. I would think that's what that means. So do you have any tips for a newer player looking to try, maybe get into trials? How do you go about getting a trial, and stuff like that?
I mean, for me, I got advice from I thankfully had a lot of people in my circle that were already kind of into comp. Like I said, one of my friends is in Pro League. I have some friends that do scrims for fun. So if you don't have that type of person in your wheelhouse, definitely reach out to some of the people that you see playing or that you're watching and ask them, like, oh, like, how'd you get into it? How'd you find teams? There's a lot of Discords that have LFT posts or LF1s that you can DM somebody and reach out to them and ask them to play a scrim or something. I just put out a post on Twitter expecting nobody to ever reach out to me, and here we are. There's tons of people that are looking. You just need to find the right place to kind of advertise yourself, and you can
I was
totally
literally gonna say that same thing
getting
too.
in.
Like, just
Yeah.
put yourself out there, cause
don't be
like,
afraid to take
no-
that leap.
yeah, like, if you wanna like be out there and play comp and stuff, you need to like put yourself out there, cause there's so many people also trying to do the same thing. So like, just showcase yourself,
Mhm.
Clips, VODs up, like,
Put the VODs
meet new
on.
people.
The VODs on.
Yep.
And have
The
faith in
VODs.
yourself too, like have the confidence to make that jump and to reach out to people, because even if people aren't reaching out to you, maybe they just don't have the means to see it. Maybe they don't follow you on Twitter. Maybe they are looking through all the other Discord messages, like the worst someone could say is no.
I know,
True.
literally, like,
Just DM them.
I mean, even like now too, the tool for women's comp, the spreadsheet that Envy created for free agents and LF1s,
Yeah,
Sure,
there's
that'd
so
be-
many people
Well,
on
it's
those
huge.
lists, and I'm sure that there's other lists out there somewhere. You just gotta do a little digging, and you'll find your team.
Yeah, and have patience. I think patience is something that we don't
Yes,
talk about enough.
Yes.
Gotta have
that
patience.
was the biggest advice that was given to me: is don't rush into anything.
Yep.
Definitely take time to feel out a couple teams and make sure that what you're setting yourself up in is what you want and that it's right for you.
no, literally, just don't settle for less either.
You
know
do
your
not
skill
settle
level.
for less.
Do
Mhm.
not settle for less.
Agreed. Okay. I think that's it. Stee, you got any more questions? Any final questions here?
No more questions.
No more
I
questions
think
from the
I'm all
jury.
set.
All right. Well,
Well, I
thank you
mean,
guys.
the only thing I have left to say is I'm still waiting to ban Bree from comp because she killed me in Tipsy and ranked. So
Listen. That was so funny. They were running. Okay, it was what?
We were
Newcastle.
trolling that day.
It was Newcastle, Fuse, and something else. And I just see it.
Horizon.
I
It
think
was
they
Stee.
like just finished a fight. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
We
no, we
low-key
did.
third-partied them. But I got stuck with a Fuse queue. And I'm over here like, okay, this team has to die. Like I can't let them live. They have to die. So we killed them. And then 2 seconds later, I have Stee's friendly face in my chat going, "You are now banned from playing in Queen's Cup this week because you just killed me." And I was like, "Oh, well, okay, as long as you weren't the Fuse." And he's like, "Oh, I was the Fuse."
Oh no.
And stuck me right in the forehead with a
No.
Fuse cue.
No, it's Stee going into a streamer's
Yeah.
chat or dying to him, bro. That's crazy.
Unbelievable.
It was
That's-
only because I saw it was Bree, so I was
That's
like, you know what?
That's crazy.
Like we were trolling in rank that night, dude. It was hilarious. So
Okay. All right. Well, that's it then, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. I hope you guys had fun.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course, appreciate you guys' support with Queen's Cup, and look forward to seeing you continue to grow and become one of those teams that we talk about every week.
Sounds good.
All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your night. We'll see you Wednesday.
You too. Thanks, guys. Good night.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good night.
That was nice. Good interview there.
cool interview.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Always nice to see the perspective of some other teams that some players might not necessarily know too much about, you know, so definitely nice to give the spotlight to some of those teams. And we've had a few on the pod thus far, but yeah, ECM. Definitely a team to watch out for, chat. I mean, we talk about it all the time during the watch parties. I bring them up constantly about that contest with Quieto, and I think people underestimate, you know, how talented of a team Quieto is, and the fact that ECM is choosing to con this pretty proven squad. It shows a lot about their belief in themselves and, you know, willingness to, you know, take that initiative to continue to grow as players and, you know, eventually be, you know, evened out with that con. So I love it. I love that. See, like, the thing is, bro, like, you're with me on this, Stee. I know you are. Like, when we first started getting into women's comp, like we are right now, bro, like, it was Lust and TSM contest that really, like, brought us in, right? Like, that content, it's what it was. That piece of content. But we talked to TSM about it on, like, the second episode. You know, like, that content is what really, like, enticed a lot of people, you know, to come into the women's comp scene to, like, watch it, you know, and to check it out and support it, you know, and discover some new players. And I think what we got going on right now with ECM and Quieto is definitely, you know, it might not be at that level yet, but, you know, in the near future, it definitely could be.
It's getting there. 'Cause
It's
I mean,
definitely
what
getting
they
there.
also, I think season 1 they were also conning Barometer, right? I think, right?
ECM?
Yeah, like season 1.
That was with the Mun, though.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
They were still conning like
Yeah.
established teams, you know.
I forgot to bring that up too. Yeah. You know, they used to con Barometer against a Mun, and then we had a mess. It was basically a 3-team con in the finals. Do you remember that with Risen with not the finals? It was like the week before the finals. Risen, Rose, a Mun, and ECM all going after it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was awesome. Great interview. Will be available on the Spotify. Probably tonight. I have nothing to do, so I'll probably upload it here tonight, and it'll be available on YouTube Tuesday afternoon, I believe it goes up. So you'll be able to check it out over there as well. But if you do listen to it on Spotify, or if you are listening to it on Spotify right now, you made it through the whole episode. Thank you so much for your support. Please leave 5 stars. Hit the 5-star. Leave a review if you'd like. And if you guys ever have any questions for the guest, we had our first chat questions tonight. Wicked cool. Shout out to King Panda. Definitely leave them in the chat for us. We'll ask the guests, or even if it's for us, we'll answer questions as well. More than happy. So we do that. You can do that on the Twitter post if you'd like. We could come into the chat and do it, or you could even, you could come into our Discord as well and leave a question inside of there. But yes, 5 stars on Spotify. Like and subscribe my YouTube channel. I think we're going to be working on a separate channel for the Queen's Cast here in the future. So for right now, though, it's all on my channel at this point. Episodes 1 through 15. But with that said, that's going to do it for us here tonight. We had no guests next week, I don't think, bro. I don't think I have a guest next week. I was going through my calendar, and I don't think I booked anybody. So
We'll just have a chill.
maybe we have a
yapping
chill.
sesh.
Maybe we have a chill, or I go find somebody. I'm sure we can find somebody to come on the show
When's the next community night that we're gonna be doing?
We gotta figure out a day and a weekend in June. But we got Queens Cup finals this month, so a lot of things are gonna be happening in June. We got Queens Cup finals. We got Princess Cup LCQs. That's gonna be on Juneteenth, actually, June 19th. That's gonna be LCQs. And then the June 29th is Queens Cup finals. So it's coming up quick here, chat. Coming up real quick. Only 2 more weeks of regular season play left. So it's time to lock it in. It's time to lock it in. If you weren't locked in already, it's time to lock it in now. This is the this is the month right here. This is the month. And we got some pretty big plans for the Queens Cup. If you guys were around yesterday, I leaked something on a podcast. I'm not going to leak it here, but we got some big plans for Queens Cup in the future. So keep supporting, keep showing us love. Big shout out to Stee here as always. Great.
Appreciate you, man. Big shout out to you, dude. You know,
Absolutely.
you're the one who's the brains behind all these operations. So, you know, you're just giving me the opportunity to show my ugly mug. So
the ugly mug, stop, brother. All right, now, it's been a blast, guys. You guys are amazing. We love you. And let me see. We got raid out though. We always got to raid. We will raid out. As for me, on a personal note, I will be live tomorrow. Steve might be live tonight. Are you gonna be live tonight, Steve?
Probably. Yeah, man. Be ranking with Tipsy and Ron. So
there you go. I didn't even get no invite again,
bro.
It's all good.
We have scrims on
Oh, yeah,
Tuesday or tomorrow night. Actually,
it's crazy, man. Just no one asked me to play no more. All right, let's go raid.
Holy shit! Our event just got raided by Wig and Drake.
No shot.
Yeah.
Really?
Congratulations to her, dude. That's fucking awesome.
Let's go raid Ange. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna raid a member of Team Lunar here. It's gonna be Ange. She's playing with Robin and maybe Car. They're playing some ranked, so good vibes over there. I'm sure. Probably funny. And that's gonna do it for us. Thank you guys so much for coming by. Much love. We'll catch you guys next Sunday. Stay posted on Twitter. Find out who our guest is gonna be. Well, I promise I'll figure it out. All right. Good night.